Hey guys, thanks for joining me again. Appreciate you watching. This week I've been talking about goals, but I thought it was fitting to shift gears a little bit today based on the funeral of the late Congressman John Lewis and ask, what do you stand for? John Lewis was actually kind of inspiring to hear his story and see what he had done even at an early age with his fight for civil rights. I mean, the man had cigarettes put out on him during the protest to desegregate lunch counters in Nashville. He was spat on. He was certainly arrested numerous times. Had his skull fractured in the march in Selma. I'm sad to say, at the hands of the state police. So numerous things that resulted in him putting himself in harm's way, all because he had a firm belief in what it is he was fighting for. There's a country song that came out years ago. I think maybe Randy Travis sang it. He said, "You've got to stand for something or you'll fall for anything." And there's a lot of truth to that. So that's why I'm asking the question today. What do you believe in? What do you stand for? When I teach leadership and when I coach leaders, I have them do a personal values inventory. And what it does is it really gives them a concrete understanding of where their priorities are, what values rank higher. Because certainly John Lewis valued self-preservation. We all do. It's a basic human instinct. But he had made a decision in his own mind that he valued the fight and purpose of civil rights above his own safety and well-being. So it's the more clarity you have about those values and which ones win out over the others when they come into conflict, self-preservation or advancing the cause for civil rights. When they come into conflict, you can make those decisions more readily because you know which value you hold more dearly. There was a television show, I didn't even see the show, but the trailer of the show is something that I use when I teach because it shows a woman who apparently is involved in the CIA and has information about agents who are tracking terrorists, I guess. So she gets a phone call out of the blue, and it's a terrorist who has kidnapped her daughter and gives her 10 or 15 seconds to decide whether she values her daughter more or the lives of these agents, because they're looking for the names of the agents. And within 15 seconds, she gives up the names of those agents. Now, obviously, she never would have thought she would ever give up the names of covert agents in the CIA. But within 15 seconds, her values that came in conflict, the one value of valuing her family more than her colleagues, won out. Now, it's fictitious, but it really drives home the point that when push comes to shove, one value will win out over the other. Now, I had the privilege of working with so many fantastic men and women during my time in the military and in policing who had made that conscious decision that they were willing to lay down their lives for what they believed in. I was an infantryman. You don't go into the infantry unless you've made that conscious decision that you're willing to lay down your life in defense of freedom. And in policing, I had several colleagues who had such devastating injuries in their career that they were forced to leave the profession, and some that still suffer today from those injuries. And I've had friends who were shot on the job, and I worked with one colleague who made the ultimate sacrifice. So what is it that you believe in? What are you willing to stand up for? Because those values will guide your decisions, whether or not you realize it. So the more consciously aware you are of what values you hold most highly, the more you'll understand those decisions, and the easier those decisions can be made when those values come into conflict. So rest in peace, Congressman John Lewis. You fought a great fight. He advanced the cause of freedom for everyone in this country and probably around the world. And it came at great sacrifice to him in his younger years and probably even in his latter years. So take care, have a great weekend, and I look forward to seeing you at the next Mindful Minutes with Dr. Rich Martin. Take care.